Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video and I am still working through my layouts for San Diego, so that's what you're seeing here. This was while we were still on Coronado Island, so as you can see this is one of the big beaches there, and this was in mid-November, and look at how gorgeous it is. It was still very warm, like we were sweating by the end of the stay out in the sun, so I'm sure the water was nice. There were some people walking down there, and actually I think there was a wedding before we got there because I saw people removing chairs and bringing them up to some trucks on the street. So I think there had been a wedding that day. But we just wanted to briefly kind of walk around there and just see the ocean from there, and I got some good photos because the weather was pretty perfect. Look at that blue sky, can't go wrong. And generally speaking, I'm not a beach person. Like, I don't go, hey, what I really want to do today is go sit on the beach for 8 hours. No, that's not my idea of fun, but I don't mind doing this kind of thing where I just walk around, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the weather, and then I'm good to go. So I have all these. You may notice on this side, this is a somewhat unusual page protector style where it's got horizontal pockets for 4x3, and then it's got this extra in the middle. And originally I thought maybe I would do sequins there, but I think not. I think instead what I want to do is use one of my bigger DIY travel embellishments that I made. I'm really trying to use as many of those as possible. It's almost gonna have to be like the pennant style, I think, because I don't think there's anything else that's big enough to fit in here. So I go, oh, right here. I mean, oh, nope, too big. Well, could I cut it down? No, I'd lose some of that, but you get the idea. It's gonna have to be like something like this, I think, or slightly smaller where it could float in there. I think I would be okay with that. The only problem is by doing it, then I have to obviously match the other side. So I do have to keep in mind, like, what's that gonna do to my other layout? I only have one photo, as you can see, planned for the other side, so I think I could make it work with whatever I picked. But I may have to like create another embellishment for the other side so it's exactly the same size as whatever I choose. So there is a little bit of a challenge here. Otherwise, I need to find a background for this side because I printed this as a 4x6. This is not stamping. I did this digitally before I printed. So I just need a background for this that's gonna match, and then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put in there. All right, well, I have gone through this basket, and lesson learned for me. I realized I have very few of these that I did that were horizontal. Predominantly, they are vertical, which is great for some layouts. Like if I were gonna use one of these on something like this, a vertical 4x8, that would be perfect. However, for slots like this, that does not work. And these were the only 3 that I found that might work here. The others, there were, I think, 2 more that I found. They were either too big or like the color totally did not match. These are the ones I think I could possibly get away with. This one, because it's got a lot of the right colors in here. I've got blue, I've got gray, I've got white. All of those are acceptable. And then the orange background, maybe not exactly what I was thinking, but it doesn't detract from anything. It would be okay. Same kind of thing here. There's some orange and yellow on there, which I hadn't planned on, but it's doable because I could make this paper over here work. This one's a little bit shorter, so it would be more free floating, but I'm totally okay with that. And then a gray background is a neutral. That's safe. This one's a little bit more of a wild card, I feel like. I really like the brightness of the pink, but for a beach scene, I'm not sure I can pull that off. I'm thinking like the orange is more like a summer, brighter, tropical type color, and I probably have more things that would match with that. So I'm not completely saying no to this one, but it's probably my last choice. I think it's gonna have to be one of these. But I think what I should do is grab out my bin for San Diego and look at what I've got in there for background papers and for other embellishments, and that's probably gonna help me decide what I can use here. I have pulled out a bunch of embellishments and papers, and I think I want to look at papers first. This is a set obviously from Creative Memories, but when I'm looking at this, I definitely know I've got oranges, blues, and yellows that I can use in here. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna end up cutting into some of these. I gotta say, when I bought this, either I forgot that there was a fish pattern or I was willing to overlook it, but it's not my favorite. I think these might get saved for like an aquarium page or something, because I do go to aquariums when I travel places, but I don't know that I would use that like for a tropical thing. I have a full piece of this. I also have some scraps, but this is lovely. That doesn't really match. That's not the right blue back there. I don't want green, so those are out. Okay, so there's fish again. Now it is yellow. Well, maybe I could use it if you know, you're not gonna see that much of the background. So, you know what? I'll put it over here as a baby. And actually, let's put the blue one over here too. Okay, I'm kind of digging this because it's got pink, a little bit of pink, yellow, and orange in it. What's on the other side? Ooh, that's way, way too dark, but that might work, especially if I use one of these. And then I just saw, yeah, like this, that would be okay. Is this a 4x8? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, that might be perfect. Then I would not even have to cut into another piece of paper. Okay, so you know what? I'm just taking the yellow fish out of there. Nope. It's going to be one of these. So that tells me I can't use this. So I'm going to just put that back in the basket, and that's totally fine. So it'll be one of these two because they've got orange in it. Oh, you know what? If I want to use this, I probably need this with the yellow maybe. Kind of works with both though. How close is this? Nope, those definitely aren't the same. So maybe it's going to be that one. How would this look? Let's see. It's not bad. I feel like I would have to bring in some more orange and yellow over here. And I know I had a little thing. Where is it? This thing. Aha. I had this in my bin. This is a little bit darker than the paper. That's okay. A little more orangey, maybe. I don't know. When you see it like that, it's pretty yellow. I like that it's got these two other colors in it though. They're definitely not the same though, but could I get away with it? Maybe not. That might be too much. I'll keep it here just in case. But I probably need to look for some brighter yellow, orange, and gray things to go with this to make it all work. I've taken out a bunch of the embellishments and ephemera stuff that I had in my bin, and I may have come up with something. I originally thought I wanted to use some of these stickers I had cut out, but there isn't a whole lot of green. There is a little bit like just at the tops of the palm trees, but I feel like it's not enough. Like it wouldn't work. So I think I'm gonna save those for other photos. I have palm trees and other photos, so I think it'll be fine. But in going through all of these, I had this sun and this palm tree, if I could pick it up here, in wood veneer, that I think maybe I could still use layering in some way. But then I found these items. I found this, which tropical vibes, love it, but I can't have those up next to each other. I would have to do washi or something and then overlap it, which I'm okay with because look, I have a big empty space here, so might be that one. But this one, I love this. I'm sure it's meant for a 2x2 pocket, but I don't care. It's got orange on it. Granted, it's got a little color, you know, a different kind of color, but I'm okay with it. This certainly pops out more than this. And I could still do some kind of washi behind it and pull that together and make that work, or I feel like I can. So I have that. Then, where's my other one? Here, this one. It says Sun-Kissed. I think these must be from the same set because the colors are pretty similar. If I use that like over here, then I could maybe put this over here. I'd have to get creative. The problem is this is so ginormous and I have to sort of work everything else I do around that if I want to keep it. And I think I do. My only other option is like I could cut a 3x4 card that is matching and put that in there instead. But I really, really wanted to use my DIY embellishments that I made. I don't want to just have them sitting around. So I'm not giving up on this, but I do like the idea of these together, giving it a very tropical feel. Of course, if I chose to get rid of this and make a new embellishment, which I could do, I could incorporate this then and it could be over here. So, you know, I have options. So after thinking about it for a while, I've decided I'm going to make a new DIY embellishment. It frustrates me a little that I'm actually making a new one when I have so many already in my container over here, but none of them really totally work. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. I could, you know, potentially change this out and it's a little bit closer, but I don't want to. I think I want to just make a new one. I'll use one of these as the background to like make sure it's the same size, and then I'm going to layer some stuff on it, this being part of that for sure. But this is the paper I'm going to use. So actually this takes up some more space. This might be the way to go, and I can just cut it and make this the background. I found this sun piece of ephemera that I had also in that pile, so I added that, layered on the phrase here, and I really like that. And I think I'm going to put staples in it, but not for now. I got to see what else I'm going to do with this. But so far I have that built, and then over here I definitely want to use this. I did attach the photo, and I was trying to figure out which washi I could use, and originally I thought it might be this one. When I put this down against these colors, it's totally wrong. It's not the right color. So that's sad, because I thought maybe that was the winner, but I think it's actually going to be one of these two. This is a little bit more bright. This is a little darker. So I think I'm just going to mess around with these, try it against this paper with everything together, and see which one I like better. I put this all together here. I decided to go with this washi because I liked the color, but it also looked like a wave pattern, so I felt like that was appropriate. So I put it behind here. I also put a little bit right here just to tie those together. And now I'm thinking maybe I need to do a little ink splattering to bring in some more of the orange, like maybe up top here, maybe around the edges. I do have this spray from Dina Wakley, and it's a gloss spray, so it's not metallic or anything, and it's tangerine. I'm a little worried it's too bright of an orange, so I'm going to do a test spot, and if I like it, then I will do the rest. So this is what it looks like on this paper, just so you can see. So that's how it'll look on here. Obviously a little bit different on the yellow, but I like it. It's definitely brighter, but I think that helps. Like, it'll help brighten it up as a whole. So I think I'm gonna go with it. I've done my splattering, and I'm very happy with this one. It's not dry yet, so I can't put it in the page protector. And then I had a little mishap over here. I loved where I had all the splatters and everything, but when I went to move it and take it out of the box, I touched that one by accident and smeared it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cover it up with, oh, not this one, this one, there we go. I'm gonna have to cover it up with some washi, because that's clearly a mistake. If it were just like a little bit, it wouldn't bother me, but it's kind of a lot. Since I have this down here, I think I can like do this maybe just halfway or quarter of the way across, and it'll be fine. So I think that's my only option at this point. All right, so now you can see it where this is with the washi over it, and I actually decided to put in 2 staples. This was the big glob underneath, so that one kind of covers up most of that, and then I did an extra one just for visual interest and to maybe make it less noticeable that that's under there, but I don't think it looks bad, so that's good. Now I can clearly see some of these bigger droplets here are not dry yet, so I can't put it all in the page protector, but at least it's done. So here's another layout done for San Diego. Thanks for watching.